2023 was the hardest tech job market to navigate since the 08-09 financial crisis. Big tech layoffs have disproportionately impacted middle management, with the emphasis being on wingspan to reduce the number of engineering managers and managers of PMs. Promotions have largely been on hold across the board. This sucks, but it also makes sense given how everyone's focus has been less on getting promoted and more on staying employed. In the past, tech workers used a straightforward strategy to grow their careers. Either make a case internally or switch jobs for a higher title and higher pay. Switching from IC to manager was also much easier. One could easily switch from big tech to startup, take on a team, and then switch back to big tech after a short period of time. This is no longer the case. There are way too many senior managers and directors in the market looking for jobs after getting laid off last year. Hiring is expected to restart in spring summer of this year, but it will take another 12 to 18 months for the existing job seekers to be fully absorbed in the market and for things to tilt in favor of employees rather than employers. This does not mean that you have no agency. In fact, now more than ever, the career moves you make matter in deciding your career trajectory. In this video, I will share 5 hacks for getting promoted in your current job in 2024. There are a few things that are prerequisites to even having a promotion case. Let's go over them quickly to make sure your bases are covered before you even apply the promotion hacks. Table stake number 1. You have been over-delivering in your current role for at least 6 months. Why is this important? A promotion often leads to work that's more ambiguous and challenging than your last. If you haven't consistently demonstrated high mastery in your current role, then you're clearly not ready for the next level in the game. Ask yourself if the work you're doing feels easy, almost too easy. That's an indication that you're ready to take on more challenging, high ambiguity work. For product managers in particular, the business value of your product area plays a huge role in your growth prospects. If your product is of less strategic importance to the company, then chances are that your work alone would not cut it. If you are stuck in such a role, do everything to solve this problem first. You must be working on a product that matters to the strategic objectives of your company. Table stakes number 2. You have a healthy relationship with your manager and they consider you as a high performer. Why is this important? At junior levels, your manager is likely deciding whether or not you get promoted, but middle to senior level roles invariably require committee approvals from a wide range of stakeholders. Your manager is not only required to be fully bought into the idea of promoting you, but also willing to make a strong convincing case to the decision makers. This is why having your manager in your corner is a table stake. I would go so far as to say that you have no chance of getting promoted if your relationship with your manager isn't healthy. Fix this first before you start thinking about the next level. Table stake number 3. Your peers consider you extremely valuable to the team and the immediate upward stakeholders carry a positive impression about you. Why is this important? Tech companies rely upon teams functioning at very high levels to produce stellar products and experiences for customers. Increasingly, the emphasis on peer feedback makes it extremely important that you spend the time cultivating relationships within your team. This applies as much to IC engineers as it does to product managers and UXers. It is also critical that at least your skip level manager is familiar with the quality of your work and generally considers you as a high performer. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump right into the hacks. Hack number 1. Don't beat about the bush. Get your manager on board right now. Be clear and explicit about your goal to get to the next level and assign a timeline. Ideally, one should do this 6 to 8 months before they expect to be promoted. Discuss what needs to be true for this to happen for me with your manager. Every company measures their employees differently. There are always hidden elements. Either find out what your company values through informal chats with peers and managers, or hypothesize what your company values and validate it by presenting it to your trusted peers and manager. There is an interesting research done by Lenny of Lenny's newsletter about what it takes to get promoted at these companies. Whatever the criteria are, write them down in a doc, create goals, start hitting those goals. But most importantly, don't let the manager forget. Bring up this doc every 2 weeks to review progress and iterate. Hack number 2. Capture every opportunity to be visible. Let's be straight here. The 6 months before your promotion are probably when you would work the hardest you have worked in your recent life. Do not show up to meetings unprepared. Write documents, meeting notes, summaries on Slack channels or emails or message boards wherever work is happening. Be visible. If your company works on Slack, monitor every relevant channel and participate. It goes without saying that excessive and desperate ways of seeking limelight can backfire in a bad way. Definitely be visible, but always remember to be adding value, moving things forward proactively and continuously, and not stealing anybody's credit. Hack number 3. Insist on FaceTime with senior leaders and don't F up. Ask your manager for opportunities to present to senior stakeholders. Prepare like your life depends on it. Take action items for yourself from these sessions. Complete these action items faster than expected, then ping the stakeholder and inform them about your progress. The goal here is to create new opportunities for interaction and visibility from the first opportunity given to you. Hack number 4. Find sponsors and ask for their advice. These may not necessarily be people who decide whether or not you get promoted, but these are people who are higher up in the chain than you are. Seek them out, ask them what else you should be doing. This does two things. People like offering advice to others. You create a general awareness about your desire to take on more, and you develop personal relationships with those who could play an influential role in the future. The best way to go about this is by seeking your manager's peers to be your mentor. These peers could be in the same craft as you or in a different craft. If you're a PM seeking career and growth advice from your manager's engineering counterpart, that would give you the much needed perspective and feedback that you need. Not to mention that their endorsement for your promotion might be the thing that tips the scale in your favor. Hack number 5. Take on more scope through hidden doors. Volunteer for opportunities to demonstrate your ability to take on more scope and responsibilities. It could be anything from additional product scope to oversee another team or mentor junior team members or help a skip level manager with some strategic research. Anything that has potential to be impactful and high visibility. I cannot repeat this enough. Remember to not drop the bi weekly check in on the subject with your manager. This doesn't have to be a long synchronous conversation. But the manager needs to know how deeply committed you are to getting to the next level, as that would make them feel highly committed to your cause too. Let me know what you thought about the 5 hacks in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.